Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. We are at a Take Back Texas rally out here in Fort Worth. So, sure as you can see, we got a good fucking crowd. About 100 people. I think this is larger than any protest that Dallas has had. We have the...
Hello everyone. We're going to get started here now if y'all want to sort of gather around but still stay socially distanced. I'll give everybody a chance to get this way if you want to come a little bit closer so we can hear. But do keep your distance. This Delta variant is very, very contagious, as we know. I believe most people here are vaccinated, but if you're not, there's a gentleman over here somewhere, where did he go, who will vaccinate you. Right over here, if you haven't had your first vaccine, there's a gentleman here who will give you the vaccination. So if you just haven't gotten around to it and you'd like to get vaccinated, head on over and he will vaccinate you.
Hey, Giant Wall, how you doing?
Thank you for coming out. Okay, great. My name is Jana Lynn Sanchez. I'm going to be your MC tonight. I am a Tarrant County Precinct Chair for the Tarrant County Democratic Party, which is the host of this event, and along with our partners, who include Powered by People, that's Beto's group, and again, there are 3 tables of them here. They'll register you. Please make sure that you check in with them so they can make sure they have your information, and they can check if you're registered in the right location, or they can register you. Our other partners include Planned Parenthood, and they're over here. Yay, Planned Parenthood. Everybody support Planned Parenthood if you're not already doing it. We need you, we really need you right now. And Tarrant County Black Democrats. I haven't seen Tracy. Where's Tracy? Is she here? But thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate you. And El Voto es Latino, and that is Tristeza. She's here somewhere and she's going to be speaking later. Hi, Tristeza. Thank you. And Indivisible 24, Buddy is over here and his friends are over here. And that's going to be a really important race up there in the 24th district again this cycle. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank the people who helped put this together. And first and foremost is Mark Green walking down the center right here, who without Mark Green, this event would not be happening, because he started texting me, I think about 5 o'clock the other morning going, are we having a rally? Who's doing this? Who's putting this together? And I said, Mark, I think you are. And he did it. He got us a stage, he got us the location, he got us the PA system, he got us all kinds of things, and he came here and put it together, and he got all the people to come here and put it together. So first of all, thank you very much, Mark Green. And also on the committee, we also had, let's see, well, of course, Allison Campolo, our fearless leader, right here. I mean, you'll hear more about her in a little bit. And Beth Llewellyn McLaughlin, who I haven't seen here, but she's here with us in spirit. And Rachel Miller, who's here handing out information about the party. I don't know where she is, but she's on the committee. And
can I get your sign?
Absolutely. Iris Garcia.
Excellent.
Here. I believe she's at the Planned Parenthood table. Thank you, Iris.
Can I get y'all signs?
Sure. Who else? Rachel Solid, who is over manning the voter registration.
I like that one.
Party, who did a lot and does a lot for the party. And did I forget anyone? I think that's it. And I was on the committee, so. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to do is, I'm actually going to introduce Tristeza first. She probably didn't know that, so she's making her way up here. So I don't know if y'all know her. You probably do. She's been around for a while helping organize the community. She's the founder of El Voto es Latino. She's a veteran, and she's a fierce Latino warrior, if you know her at all. She is also the national organizer for Vets for the People.
She's got a shirt that says
Tristeza,
Unfuck the
welcome.
World.
Hey, how are y'all doing today? How are we feeling, Tarrant County? Okay, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. How are we feeling today? I have been back for 1 week And to have to find out that this shit is happening in my state, there was no other choice than to be here. No other choice than to be here. Because if we don't stand up for us, they're not going to do it, right? So, my name is Tristeza Ordex. I'm the national organizer for Vets for the People. We're a project of the Working Families Party. For those of you out here that are veterans, military connected in any way, family, or just an ally, get with me afterwards. And we'll make sure that we bring veterans out, mobilize them, and register them to vote. Because a veteran vote is so important at this time. But before we get into the gaggle fuck of what the GOP is creating in our state, I want to recognize the leadership of our county chair, Allison Campolo. When I saw the flyer for this rally, I immediately contacted Allison to let her know about discriminatory behavior that JOLT and its leadership has not only is perpetuating internally, but also externally to its volunteers. And I stand here today to tell JOLT, the GOP, Democrats, and all those who are trying to restrict our rights that we will not stand for this garbage. A woman's right to choose, a voter's right to cast their ballot, a person's right to dissent against unjust laws are sacred. They say, y'all know this, don't mess with Texas. And that means something at this very moment. It means that people who have been affected by these unjust laws passed by our Texas legislature will not stand, because the people will rise against it. This is Texas rising. This is Texas rising. My decision to come back to Texas was based on my desire to build our communities and protect nuestra gente. We represent so many communities out here right now. Black, brown, indigenous, women, veterans, immigrants, and so much more. And I am committed to standing in solidarity with those who have been hurt by unjust laws. I commit to being a voice for women like me who may need an abortion. I commit to fight beside voters who have been disenfranchised by these laws. And I commit to seeing this fight against discriminatory organizations see it through until Alexis Tobias, Maria Yolisma, Maria Rene, Carmen Ayala, Itzel Ramirez, and others receive their justice for being discriminated against. And I commit to taking down any person, institution, and organization that is trying to harm our communities and destroy our democracy. Mi gente, nosotros somos el futuro de Texas. We are the future of Texas. And it scares them. So let's really make them fear us. And let's get every eligible voter registered and then get them to the polls. Who's with me? I heard like 5 of you. Who's with me? Let's get out to vote.
Thank you, Tristeza. Okay, next up we have a real treat. We have Max Krushmal, who's the Associate Professor of History and the founding chair of the Department of Comparative Race and Ethnic Studies at Texas Christian University, and he's also an award-winning author. His research examines coalition building across color lines among community organizers across the long civil rights era. So welcome, Max.
All right, hello everybody. Good evening. Thank you to all the organizers. Thank you, Tristeza, for getting things started. So yeah, I'm a scholar, I'm a historian. They asked me to talk a little bit about the war on history that's happening right now, the war on truth that's happening right now in our state capital and in our local school districts and really all over America. All right, so it's bad enough what's going on with abortion. It's bad enough that the franchise has been taken away, right? But we're also now in this post-truth era. And the very idea of there being a history that matters, that we share in common, is now under attack. Now, they call it a war on critical race theory, right? The anti-CRT people love to talk about CRT because they think that those little letters will make people afraid. The bottom line is critical race theory has given us all sorts of insights that help to bring us out of the fog of the late 1960s and 70s, right? That helped us to better understand how it is that after a massive liberation movement among African Americans, among a massive liberation struggle among Chicanos and Mexican Americans, we still ended up in such a terribly racist society that we live in today. CRT has helped us explain that. It's given us the language of intersectionality, right, to help us understand how race and class and gender and sexuality and trans rights and ability and other forms of oppression and difference actually are our strength, right? That we can come together across those lines and organize together by talking about it, by recognizing those differences. So the attacks on CRT are well pointed, right? The other side knows that these are ideas that give us strength, but they've tried to turn it into a boogeyman. And worse, they've come after the truth of history. They've come after basic premises, right, within the American experience and all of world history, things that matter, right? Things like enslavement, like the transatlantic slave trade. This was foundational to our nation's history. And yet the bill, HB 3979 and now Senate Bill 3, the bill denies that fundamental truth. The bill denies the fundamental truth that this is stolen land that we're standing on right now. That this city of Fort Worth is a product of settler colonialism, of genocide, of conquest. They don't want you to know that history. They don't want your kids to be taught that history. They don't want you to know it because along with all the terrible tragedies, along with all the oppression, there's also a history of resistance and a history of community organizing, of powerful social movements and coalition building among liberals, radicals, socialists, leftists, populists of all kinds. And not just in California and not just in New York, right here in Texas. We have our own radical organizing tradition in which ordinary people have come together and overthrown some of these terrible systems. Right, who have come together and fought for their own lives and their own families and taken on the power structure and won. That's a history that isn't just depressing, it isn't un-American, it's a history that we can all use to liberate ourselves from this terrible government, right, that we can actually use to take Texas back. So these wars on history, on CRT, are not academic. It's a frontal assault on us. It's a frontal assault on truth and on our ability to teach that truth to our kids and to our grandkids and to our communities and to use that truth as a source of strength and a source of power in overthrowing the terrible regime that's trying to put their boot on our neck every day. And that's a regime, by the way, that isn't just statewide, right, or it isn't just Trump, but it's right here in town. We had a lot of people who come out and say they're on our side, but they're not there when push comes to shove. It's our job to hold our leaders accountable. We, the people, the ordinary people of Fort Worth, of Texas, we have to hold our leaders accountable. The Republicans, to be sure, but the Democrats too. We need to make sure that they're standing up for the people who put them in office and not for corporate donors, not for special interests, not for developers, not for people who want to extend that history of settler colonialism and genocide and enslavement and bring it back again here in the 21st century. And we need to know who our friends are and who our enemies are. You know, make no mistake, the people coming after us on CRT are the same people who are coming after us on masks in the schools. The same people who fought us for the last month to demand their freedom to get our kids sick. The same people who put 5,000 teachers and students in Fort Worth ISD alone in quarantine just 2 weeks into the school year. This is a death cult, and they're coming after us. And it's time for us to push back, and it's time for us to make sure that the people who stand up and say they represent us are doing everything in their power. Legal, not legal, they need to make good trouble. We need to fight back with every tool we have. We need to learn from our history, and we need to put it to work. Thank you all for being here. This is a first step. Let's get out and march every day until we take these jerks out. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I was supposed to be introducing Ruby Faye Woolridge next, but I don't see her. Has anybody seen where she went? She was here. Here she is. Okay, so Ruby is a mother, a grandmother, a city councilwoman for Arlington, a long-time community activist and servant of the community throughout Tarrant County. I think you know she's a trailblazer for women who have run for office. And she's a very formidable opponent, as I can tell you.
Honestly, I think that's great.
And she's also my friend, which I'm very happy about. So welcome, Ruby Faye Woolridge.
All right, thank you. When you're my age, you don't have to go up those steps, okay? All right, listen. I'm here to tell you to persist. I don't know about you, but I'm going to use that old tired phrase, and I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of the state of Texas legislature, okay? No, I want us to commit. I want us to commit to make sure that we do all that we can in the 2022 to turn Texas blue. We need to stop talking about it. We need to be about it. And I can stand here, listen well to me, I can stand here because I ran for election 9 times before I won the first time, okay? So, I'm not telling you anything I don't know. I won a primary one time years ago, but what I'm saying to you is, have a made-up mind, and don't let anything turn you around. It is time for us to mobilize like we are an army of voters. We have enough voters for Texas to be blue. I'm tired, and I just got to be mad at the man over in the corner because he said Texas was red. Be damned. Texas is blue. We just don't vote, okay? We have got to take the vote. We have got to vote like our lives depended on, like we did
right
in the 60s because we couldn't vote. Now we got folks that can vote and they won't vote because they said, well, it's not going to matter. Well, if you don't vote, it don't matter. I'm just tired of waiting on folks to get motivated. I want you to get motivated. I want you to get mad. Make them mad. The state of Texas is making them mad. Let them know about it. I'm tired of women's rights being taken away. I'm tired of voters' rights being taken away. I'm tired of people saying it's okay to have medical marijuana, but you got my brothers locked up for selling some. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Do we want to get up and make a difference? Do we want to turn this state blue, or do we want to talk about it? Don't talk about it, be about it. My name is Ruby Faye Woolridge, and I want you to be about it. Thank you very much.
Woo, Ruby, thank you. That was amazing. I feel sorry for whoever's coming next. Okay. Fortunately, it's also another great speaker. We have Chris Nettles. Chris is a community activist who's been in the trenches for quite some time, and I think you all know that he won his seat for city council this year in Fort Worth. I'm one of our 2 incoming city councilmen who have turned this city council blue, and I'm very proud to introduce you to Mr. Chris Nettles.
What's going on, Tarrant County? Come on, let me hear you make some noise. This is our opportunity to change the narrative, not just in Fort Worth, but in Tarrant County, not just in Tarrant County, but in Texas. We start right here for the next election cycles. Nobody in the world would ever think that we would have 5 majority votes on the Fort Worth City Council, but today we have those votes. My counterpart Elizabeth and I did a city council proposal that we put something on the agenda that the mayor didn't want on the agenda, that the manager didn't want on the agenda, but because we are progressives and we want to vote and protect our city, we put on the agenda for a mask mandate. Although it was voted down, we let the people know that we will not be silenced, we will not shut up, and we will not stop fighting until we get the rights for the city of Fort Worth. Now, statistics say that this is going to be the year for the Republicans because we have Joe Biden as our president. But I come to tell you that this is going to be the year for Democrats. Okay, this is our year. And I tell people ask the question, why haven't we got justice for our Tatiana Jefferson? It's because the judge who is ruling over the case was elected by Tarrant County. And the people don't want it. But once we get out and elect a new judge for that seat, we're going to get a trial. Once we elect a new DA, we're going to get support. Once we elect a new Tarrant County judge, and it's not going to be Mrs. Cowtown, it's going to be a Democrat, we're going to change Tarrant County. And we do it by electing people who support us and look like us, talk like us, walk like us, and won't be afraid to do it. And so we got to make sure that we elect judges up and down this ballot. We got a lot of judges that's out here running, justice of the peace, senators that's running. We need your support. We need to make sure that we get out and activate the vote. I'm too like Ruby Wildred. I lost 2 times. But I did not get out of the race because I knew that in order for us to change, we got to keep on fighting. Are you done fighting yet? Are you ready to give up yet? So we're going to stand together. We're going to stand unified. And we're going to go in the primaries. We're going to take it over in the primaries. And we're going to take it over 14 months from here, November 2022. Let's win it, y'all. Let's go.
Amen, amen, amen. Okay, next we have a young man who is a real inspiration.
200 people here, which is
one of the youngest
largest events for any sort of protest or rally I've seen in a while.
Dr. Jared Williams. He won on June 5th, giving us hope. He flipped a district that had been held in Republican hands for decades. He's also, in addition to being a graduate of Crowley High School, he's also a PhD in environmental science from UMT. And we need somebody thinking about our environment on our city councils and every other field. So welcome, please, Dr. Jared Williams.
Stay home and quit trying to kill children, they'd feel safe to go to these school board meetings. But no, you're too busy shoving ivermectin in your fucking ass and mouth to do the right thing.
That was a struggle to get up on the stage, huh? Tarrant County, make some noise! That didn't sound like the Tarrant County I know. Tarrant County, make some noise! So we all know why we're here.
You recognize my voice?
And I'm here to say that there's no question and no debate on whether or not we'll protect women's rights to control their own body and whether or not we'll protect the rights to vote. And so the question is, what are we going to do about it? And how are we going to get back on offense?
All right, sweaty.
And for me, you know, I think it's about we have to win elections, right? We have to win elections. And we all know what they're going to say. They're going to say, y'all can't win these elections, but I'm here to say that we absolutely can. And you know what? That starts with you. And so another question, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm here to say that we need you to run for something. We need you to volunteer for something. We need you to vote for something. And we need you to donate to something, starting right now with the Tarrant County Democratic Party. I need some more energy, starting with the Tarrant County Democratic Party. You know, we can win these elections.
Half that crowd appears to be.
We can win them one door at a time.
No idea what's going on.
We can win them.
All right. So
one call at a time.
Let's just eliminate the people who don't know what's going on.
One vote at a time, and we can win it.
It's a Democratic rally. It's not that fucking hard. Now, politicians.
$1 at a time.
Only like
just
5,
one, right?
10 of them maybe. press.
We were outspent. We were outspent. 3-1. 243,000 against $80,000. But you know what? I made damn sure that every dollar counted. And that's what we got to do when we keep going. Every one of these candidates out here in 2022 needs your dollars.
150 to 200.
And so
that are the people that you are.
The fight for liberty and justice
so desperately
begins today.
But you know, I don't expect you to
so
care anything about statistics.
I don't believe it. Are you in? I still don't believe it. Are you in?
The way of your narrative.
Well, shit, I am too. Let's do it.
This dude is just trolling. Oh, I
Thank you so
that.
much. Before I introduce
I'm just
our
waiting
next
for
speaker,
the ivermectin
I would like to
overdose
just
him.
remind you all that if you haven't had your vaccine yet, you can get it right over here. There's a gentleman over here who will give you your first shot. So please make your way over this direction. If you haven't had your vaccine, you can get it tonight.
You know, if they're doing booster shots, I could probably
Iris is the North Texas, Iris Garcia is the North Texas Community Organizer for Planned Parenthood Texas Votes.
Protect our
they
planet.
are ready to speak to you on the thing that probably
Unfortunately, the Democrats are the only ones that are trying to push a Green New Deal.
SB 8, the abortion ban. Thank you, Iris.
Boy, those are some steep steps.
Can y'all hear me? Awesome. Hi everybody, my name is Iris Garcia. Wait, can we lower this? I'm short. Okay, awesome. So my name is Iris Garcia. I use they, them pronouns. I am currently the North Texas Community Organizer for Planned Parenthood Texas Votes, which is the political and advocacy arm of Planned Parenthood. Ooh, sorry, I'm out of breath. We work to ensure that Planned Parenthood patients in Texas can access quality, affordable reproductive health care free from government attacks. Right. I started volunteering with Planned Parenthood in 2015. When I was 21 years old, they became my political home, and I've been volunteering ever since. I did join staff in 2019, but I do everything beyond my job title. I really love Planned Parenthood. Thank you.
Is there a reason I'm not live streaming on YouTube?
But enough about enough about me. I want to talk about the abortion bans. And I want to say that Texas is not the only state facing abortion bans. Texas is one of 15 states who have tried to completely outright ban abortion in the United States. Yeah, boo. Over 90 abortion restrictions have passed across the country, more than any year since Roe v. Wade was enacted in 1973. Isn't that ridiculous? I know. What? Oh yeah. SB 8 was signed by Governor Abbott on May 19th, which was a while back, during the regular session of the 87th Texas legislature. SB 8 is one of the most extreme abortion bans in the country. It bans abortion at 6 weeks, which is before most people know they're pregnant. The majority of abortion, 85%, occur after 6 weeks, so this is an outright abortion ban. SB 8 also invites any private individual, literally anybody, to sue anybody who helps you get an abortion. That could be your doctor, health centers, your friends, family, even an Uber driver. I don't know if you all have seen, but Uber, yeah, they're all for helping us with SB 8. This is a full-scale attack on abortion rights and on Texans, and on people who need abortions and their support system, threatening them with financial penalties, legal costs, and court orders, and their goal is to close down Planned Parenthood and other abortion clinics. I know. Abortion access will be limited to those who can afford to travel hundreds of miles. What? Okay, sorry. Hundreds of miles out of state, take time off work, and arrange childcare and transportation. This can really add up financially. This bill will affect people of color the most and low-income people. The state seeks to control its residents by limiting access to voting, punishing cities that divest from police departments, and interfering with counties' abilities to reform their bail systems. SB 8 is just another example of how our state is trying to oppress us. SB 8 is an attack on healthcare. SB 8 is an attack on Texans. SB 8 is an attack on community care and support. Texans deserve essential health care, and they deserve to get the care they need in the state they live in. Yes. So you probably want to know what you can do about Senate Bill 8. First, you can donate to abortion funds, sorry. Our local abortion fund is Texas Equal Access Fund, or T-Fund. Yeah, they're amazing. And they help people pay for their abortions, and they are really supportive. They have therapy groups. They're amazing. You can visit needabortion.org for resources on accessing abortion. You can talk to your family about abortion and help break down the stigma around abortion care. And always don't forget to vote. Thank you.
All right, she was nervous. I could
Thank
tell
you
it
so
in her
much,
voice.
Iris, and thank you for all the work that you've
voice.
been doing, as well as all the other people at Planned Parenthood. I'm so proud to be an ally with Planned Parenthood, so thank you very much. And you know, this week, every day pretty much in this legislative session felt like a kick in the head. Literally every freaking day. But on Wednesday morning, I believe it was Wednesday morning, this has been the longest week in memory, I woke up to the news that the Supreme Court had let SB 8 stand, and I was due to make a speech about Ann Richards that morning. I cried through my entire speech like a damn fool, but I was just so emotional. I mean, everything that they have done to us in this session, it really hit home that we must replace them. We must elect Democrats. We must get rid of every last one of these bastards. With that, I'd like to introduce you to one of my most fierce allies, who I love so dearly. We've been fighting together now for, I think it's been about 4 or 5 years. I first met her when she came to the Tarrant County Democratic Women's meeting and gave a really emotional plea on behalf of her campaign for for the state Senate. And although that didn't go her way, the minute she was done, the minute she was out of the race, she got busy. She got back out there, knocking doors, contacting voters, helping elect Beverly Powell, Senator Beverly Powell. Yay, Beverly. And she hasn't stopped working since. In fact, she's been knocking on doors since she was old enough to walk. And I'm so proud of her taking on this really thankless task of being the Tarrant County Democratic Party chair. But I think we're all proud to have this kind of leadership. And welcome, Allison Campolo.
All these shorties came before me. All right. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Well, that was lackluster. All right. So I'm the last speaker, so you can give me some really good responses. How are we doing tonight? Yes, we are mad as hell. Thank you so much, Jana. That was so touching. Yes, I'm so honored to be here, you guys. I'm honored for so many reasons. Number one, I'm so honored to stand here as your Democratic Party chair. Thank you so much. Number two, Jana alluded to this earlier, but this event did not exist 48 hours ago. So I am really just pleased. I'm so amazed at what has been done by Jana. Put in tireless work to get this off the ground. Rachel Solid put in so much work. Mark Green, this was his brainchild. He put in so much work. Thank you guys so much. And of course, I don't want to, Jana maybe was going to do this or already did it and I missed it, but I want to say a big thing, and that is thank you to our candidates who are running. So, I mean, that is a major. To be a candidate, if you've never been a candidate or been a spouse or a family member of a candidate, it is life-rupturing. It really ends whatever you're trying to do right then, to do your candidacy if you care about it. So I don't want to forget anybody, and I don't have a list in my pocket. If you're a current candidate right now, please gesticulate at me so I can start calling you out. Crystal Gaydon is here, Ebony Turner is here, Jika Williams is here, Lisa Pamplin, Rodney Lee's here. Who else? I know I saw Gwen Barud. I think Salman Bojani's group is here. We have Dennis Sherrard and Stephanie Klein. Did I miss anybody? I can't hear it. Derek Gay is here. All right. And is Michelle Beckley here? Okay, so thank you so much to our candidates. I missed you. I so apologize. I'm so grateful for you two running. So when we stand up here and talk about you need to vote and you need to get out there and we need to activate, this is what we're doing. We're electing these people to make good choices for us because they'll fight for us. So I have a couple other messages too, just a quick one. And this is a message to anybody out there who thinks that it's okay to govern my body, or anybody out there who thinks that it's okay to carry a firearm with less licensing than a driver's license, or anybody out there who thinks it's okay to restrict my ability to keep my family and my child safe from a deadly virus, or anybody out there who thinks it's okay to restrict us from teaching the facts of history. We outnumber you. We outnumber you. However, the other message that goes with that is that we have to show up. So we absolutely outnumber those people who want to take our rights away and make our world more dangerous and less correct. We're on the right side of history. But we have to show up at the polls in order to make that difference, right? So that's what today is about. I think everyone in this audience today either came here being a registered voter or has now registered to vote, because we have like 6 different tables registering voters, which is amazing. Thank you, Powered by People, for being here, by the way. But that's what today is about. Today is about the fact that Texas needs to run into 2022 head strong. We are not sitting on our laurels having just elected Joe Biden. We are going full force and racing down that track in order to unelect Greg Abbott or whomever wins that crazy primary.
Within 24
We're
hours,
going to
and I know
unelect
you can too.
Dan Patrick
That's not the concern
and all the other Republicans below him. Gross. We are here to represent ourselves and make sure the voters turn out at the polls. So to do that, we have a few things we can do, right? We can donate to the organizations that matter. Donate to Powered by People so they can register voters. Donate to the Tarrant County Democratic Party so we can turn out those voters too. Donate to Planned Parenthood so they can give us some health care. The dollars matter. Go home and share this live video with your friends so they can donate to these organizations and turn out the vote and make sure that everybody has health care. Dollars matter. Tell your friends. And the other thing we're going to do is register voters. If you're not signed up as a volunteer to make phone calls, do data entry, walk blocks, write letters, stuff letters, write postcards, whatever you can do. Everybody can do something. Everybody has an hour or 2 a week. Sign up with one of these organizations here today and do it. That's how we make a difference. All right, y'all. I'm going to let us enjoy this nice, beautiful evening in Texas on a September 100-degree day. No big deal.
You better believe I'd be out there with a few
Who's
friends.
caring about climate change?
How did you not know that
Anyway,
it was going
thank you all so much for being here. This has been, I am so honored to see you all in this park on such short notice. We will make change. We will make a difference, and we will take back our Texas.
Where are you at? How many there? About 150
Thank
to
you,
200.
everyone. One more reminder, please make sure you check in with Powered by People. Make sure that your registration is current and correct, and make sure that they have your information so they can keep you in the loop. Also, if you haven't had your vaccine, please see the gentleman over here who will give you your vaccine. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. Thanks. Good night.
If you counter-protest, I hope you get cock-punched. Sean says nice. Brock says, guest, I missed your personal invite. Pretty sure we're not running in the same Facebook friends groups. Quim? What the fuck is a Quim? Who's Quim? I guess that's all the speeches, so we can just go around looking at signs. Speaking of candidates. Know what I mean? Oh. Does anyone actually use that as an acronym? I've never seen that used before. Fastest way to get rid of these abortion bills is to start raw dogging politicians' daughters. I mean, you're not wrong. Can I pet your dog? Hello, puppy. All right, goodbye, puppy. Can I get your sign? Excellent.
It's definitely an attention catcher.
What is this song? Got some fucking honky-tonk music in here. Can I pet your dog? Cute little puppy.
His name is Basil.
Basil?
Give him a treat.
Excellent. You want a treat? Okay, well there it goes.
It's like I found it.
Thank you. Can I get your sign?
Say what?
Can I get your sign?
Okay, yeah, totally. I never know what to do with my face. Good thing I have a mask on.
I'm trying not to get your face.
No, you're good.
I'm not ready to throw it away.
Alright, I gotta pet this corgi. Can I pet your dog?
Yeah.
Yes.
Say hi. You're making new friends.
New friends. Typically Antifa style of broadcasting, hide their faces. Who wants to be anonymous for an event like this? This is a matter of respect. Some people may not want their face shown. This is just a matter of common decency at this point. Nobody's in black bloc. Nobody wants to be anonymous.
I'm not exactly a 7-foot giant.
No, I had to lower the mic.
You just do when you tell me to do basketball.
Oh my god. Well.
Hi. Do you guys have like a card or something with like a QR code? I think maybe one of these. Yeah. That way I can give my viewers some information. So is like this app good for resources? Is that what it's used for? Okay.
Social signs if you want one. There's pink and orange.
If I can have a couple of signs, I'll
Pink
make
and orange.
a sign for my front yard.
Anything but orange, let me tell you.
Let me do orange.
Black bloc, now that is funny. Nobody in Fort Worth would try that crap. Oh yeah, except when you had the White Lives Matter rally and a bunch of Antifa showed up in black bloc, but I wouldn't expect you to actually know what you're talking about. That's pretty much it. I think that was the whole event. A few speakers, voter registration drive, some vaccinations. When was the event and how many folks showed up for it? Well, there were really just 3 people there trying to say that white people were superior. Yeah. They were met with about 20 Antifa. And then me, the streamer. I feel like you're watching a Portland live stream. Bro, Portland doesn't allow live streams anymore, fucking dipshit. They've got a whole anti-streamer sentiment that's actively harming their whatever, but go on, keep talking, I'll shit you on the next 10. Oh, Zabotka says, why don't you get off your ass and go live stream? There haven't been 20 Black Bloc live streamers in the entire country ever, not in public. Damn, in the history of the world, there hasn't been 20 live streamers wearing Black Bloc. Imagine that. It's almost like Black Bloc is supposed to achieve something. In the entire county. You watched Portland live streamers about 2 weeks ago. Huntington Beach? Is that in Portland? I thought that was California. I don't really know anything outside of Texas.
Look at the way they're dressed.
Say what?
Look at that.
Oh yeah, Handmaid's Tale. I like the costumes, guys. Girls, can I get your sign? Sign? Yeah.
Oh, okay, with the wall. Because it's a church, though, too.
Thank you.
Are you on Facebook? I am. Can I look you up in
Huntington Beach is Chud Central. I don't know Texas. Well, I know San Antonio and I know Dallas. I also know Sonora, I know Lubbock, I know Lufkin, I know Pancake, I know Cut and Shoot, I know the ghost town of Slide, I know where I first fucked your mother, I know where I subsequently fucked your father just to make sure that I captured all bases. A lot of good memories by that dumpster. Sad reality. Welcome to Gilead. Classy again. I mean, you're not exactly being classy here. You want to have a fucking heart-to-heart conversation? Let's do it. Let's be real with each other, Frock. Because you started with the sarcastic aggression, so I'm matching it, equaling it. You could say that you started this. But you really want to have a heart-to-heart? You really want to have a heart-to-heart? You want to talk to me? I have gone far beyond sarcastic aggression. Oh, you thought I was serious when I said that I fucked your mom and your dad. No, no. See, that's what we call a joke. And it never happened. In fact, your mother is actually a pretty nice lady, and your dad, I'm sure, raised you well according to the values that he wished to project on you. I can 100% assure you that I have never engaged in sexual intercourse with either of them. But I can tell you what I have done. Here's my face. Now you know what I look like. I got the mutton chops. Data warning, I've used 2 gigs of data already. Wow. Good thing I go infinite. Owen Madib says go frock yourself. Excellent work there. A 2-liter of Sprite. Nothing helps the day go by like a 2-liter of Sprite. You're wrong about my face matching up with my voice. Well, a lot of people are wrong about my face. They say that I'm ugly. They say that I look like Fat Bastard. They say that mutton chops are no longer popular, but on the contrary, mutton chops have been the best hairstyle for men since 1847. Never gone out of style, and if you disagree with me, you're my mother. That's kind of what it is. Husty says, golly. Alright, well, I could go home right now, but I got 0 to 2 hours, so I am willing to engage in some chut trolling. You want to really have a conversation? You want to see where I stand on the political issues? Go on, ask me a question, Frock, if you're serious about these issues. God, it sounded like fucking Ben Shapiro. Debate me! My name is Ben Shapiro. Nobody loves me. I want you to debate me. I actually didn't mean anything ugly by that comment. I honestly thought I recognized your voice. Oh, that's what you're referencing. I forgot about that. I got so much chat that I don't fucking, like... A lot of people say that they know who I am.
I mean, honestly, a lot of people are like, oh, it's Kermit the Frog. But no, it's just a 270-pound conservative nightmare. That's right.
I'm Antifa. I am 270 pounds of pure conservative nightmare fuel, okay? Conservatives look at me and say, ah, shit, that guy's gonna burn down our cities. Me. I can't run more than like a quarter mile at a time, but conservatives are scared of me. Well, I'm going to assume that since you haven't asked a question yet, you don't have any that you wish to ask, so... I'm gonna go ahead and get out the squeaky pig so that everyone knows exactly where I stand. That's right, fuck the police. That's what Greg Abbott is. So, for those of you that want to know where I'm standing, he knows Aunt Tifa. Just going to enjoy the show. A show it is, because I'm a stand-up comedian. If you're lucky enough, I'll tell you a joke. That being said, this whole thing is a protest against the anti-abortion law, which Greg Abbott passed. The Supreme Court decided not to ban it. There are a lot of things that are just troubling. Number one, that anyone can be sued for $10,000 for helping the woman get an abortion. Now, the stipulation is that for some reason they can't actually sue the woman for $10,000, but they can sue the provider, an Uber Lyft driver, or anyone that they consider slightly responsible for helping someone get an abortion, including flying them out of state. But that being said, what this does is skip the court system and deputizes private citizens. Now, there are a lot of people out there that are just money grubbers, especially since Republicans keep passing policies to keep people in poverty. So there's going to be a lot of people that want that money, $10,000. They are willing to forego their morality simply to get that abortion bounty hunter. And the abortion bounty, they're going to become abortion bounty hunters. Dog the bounty hunter is never going to be the same. And banning abortion doesn't even save lives. It just gets rid of safe, legal abortion. Even if you don't agree with abortion fundamentally or morally, which I can honestly see the argument for, you know, it's a life, you shouldn't do it. Like, I'm adopted. I will always tell people that adoption's a better option, but I also realize that there are severe limitations to the adoption system. And if you take away a woman's right to get an abortion, they're just going to go to a back alley if they have to, and more often than not, they will die because of it. Banning abortions kills more people than it saves. Because if you can 100% or at least 99% save the mom during an abortion procedure, then back alley abortions are like 50%. I really don't know the actual death rate because I don't think anyone can really measure. They're pro-birth, not pro-life. That's exactly it. there was like a Methodist preacher recently that said something that I feel really resonates with this point. It's that Republicans love to champion the unborn because once they stop being that way, they don't have to care about it. You can champion a cause like an unborn baby, but you don't have to care about the unborn once they're born. You don't need to provide. You have done your duty as by making sure that they are exiting the vagina. Methodist pastor David Barnhart. Yeah, I heard it third hand, but the point stuck with me. I didn't know who it was. I'm glad that you have that information available on you. So, really, this is a fucking nightmare for women's rights, women's health. And it sucks. Like, I wish there was a better way to put it. This is just a travesty to legislation, to healthcare. This is a travesty to what Texas thinks itself is. I used to buy into the whole Texas supremacy argument, you know, we need to secede. And now that I've gotten involved in protests, a little bit more in politics, I'm really saying that Texas fucking sucks. Okay, Texas fucking sucks. Like, the only pockets of Texas that are good is like San Antonio, where I grew up, because that's mostly Democratic. And even if I were to go back there today and start looking at their politics, I would probably find something to be disappointed in. I'm sure that everywhere is a bit of a disappointment, but Texas especially more so, because it's primarily Republicans, and Republican policies have shifted over to this mad, kind of crazy dash for power that doesn't really care about their constituents. I would argue that Democrats aren't doing a better job of listening to their constituents either, a la Bernie 2020, which I'm still fucking mad about, but that being said, I really believe that America is in a steep decline, and the unborn are a convenient group of people to advocate for. They never make demands of you. They are morally uncomplicated, unlike the incarcerated, addicted, or chronically poor. They don't resent your condescensions or complain that you are not politically correct. Unlike widows, they don't ask you to question a patriarchy. Unlike orphans, they don't need money, education, or childcare. Unlike aliens, they don't bring all that racial, cultural, and religious baggage that you dislike. They allow you to feel good about yourself at any work without creating or maintaining relationships. And when they are born, you can forget about them, because they cease to be unborn. You can love the unborn and advocate for them without substantially challenging your own wealth, power, or privilege, without reimagining social structures, politics, or reparations to anyone. They are, in short, the perfect people to love. You want to claim the love Jesus, but actually dislike people who breathe. Prisoners, immigrants, the sick, the poor, widows, orphans, all the groups that are specifically mentioned in the Bible, they all get thrown under the bus for the unborn. Yep, and that's why I think Republicans don't have a legitimate platform. Like, they have a lot of good ideas. I think there used to be ideas that the Republicans could have believed in, pushed for. The party of fiscal responsibility. Like, imagine if we had democratic policies with how the Republican Party believes they are fiscally responsible. Sounds a lot like socialism, honestly. But God damn it, you're fucking loud. This is just kind of a nightmare for everyone in the state. They are the party of hypocrisy. I mean, they've been the party of hypocrisy. They're also the party of Venezuela. The giant wall of the anti-socialism Venezuela. Let's look at Cuba, Venezuela. Despite all the chuds clamoring for the romanticized ideal of a civil war, excellent words there's a clear line of where their opposition exists. Even here in Seattle, chuds are all over. I've worked with Trump supporters I learned to hate being around. Folks that just make me want to leave the room. Seattle isn't as progressive as it loves to pat itself on the back for it. Honestly, I don't know where the most progressive place in the nation is. I would say Colorado, just off the top of my head, because they've legalized marijuana. I think they've input some sort of health care. I know Massachusetts has. They call it Mass Health. So they have like statewide health care. It just sucks, because I wholeheartedly believe that Democrats have the better ideas and I care more about people, but they are so incompetent and ineffectual at actually getting legislation done whether by their own negligence or because Republicans just keep clamoring to ruin them because, oh, that's gonna ruin America. We gotta stop them. We gotta voter suppression. Just gerrymander my way to victory. You know gerrymander? Yeah, he's a cool guy. And honestly, I believe that there are very few people in public office right now that are actively fighting for us. Bernie Sanders, I think, is one of them. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez might be the other. There's a group having a rally that will be against everything you believe in tomorrow morning there in downtown Fort Worth. Make my dreams come true being 20 of your favorite Antifa and Black Bloc. Try wearing linen. It won't be too hot to Black Bloc and linen. Well, I'm supposed to work tomorrow, so I personally won't make it there. Secondly, I'm just a reporter. If I show up to an event, I'm not there to cause or aggregate. Like, if I show up to your event tomorrow, I'm not going to cause problems. I literally just film. I was 10 feet away from the biggest fucking white supremacist in America the other day, just undercover. So, as much as I appreciate you posting that like some sort of gotcha, I mean, flat out, I don't live in Fort Worth, so I don't know many of the organizers here. Even if we organize someone from Dallas to come out tomorrow, Dallas kind of stopped caring. Because Dallas is full of a bunch of rich white people that don't have to get involved with Black Lives Matter once it no longer affects them. It's a sad fucking fact of life. Like, congratulations, you can get more people to go to your events, and you can post that as some sort of gotcha, but simply an invite. Go back to Oreo Express. Ooh. What I just said about Dallas is true. I know, because I live there now. I see all the problems that it provides. And honestly, sure, I'd love to go to your event. I wouldn't cause problems. I wouldn't be there to start a fight. If anyone would start a fight with me, it would be your people. Because, oh, he's got a mask. He believes in... Oh, God, he's vaccinated. He's going to vaccine shed. You don't really want to go to the event. That is unfortunate. What is the event? Is it a Trump rally? Is that it? Is it a pro-gun rally? Might be a bit too conservative? So you're a centrist? I don't know where you stand. I feel like you've been trolling because you think I'm like, I'm a, quote, libtard, but I'm just a guy who cares about people. There can certainly be a thing as being too left, much like you have just implied yourself that there is such a thing as being too conservative. And if you're willing to accept that there is a reasonable amount of conservative, then you have to accept that there is a reasonable amount of liberal as well. Because I am willing to make the accommodation that there is a level of conservatism that is not crazy.
Because he said that his comrades in New York was going to go look at this cave, and then all of a sudden...
All things in moderation. I guess so. I guess this is just sort of an AMA right now. The good news is I think there's not going to be a web hoster. You've been waiting years for the AMA. I've had 3 already, well. Didn't some ridiculous gun law go into effect? Yes. So what that is, I might as well just go over like some of the big Texas laws that were passed. There was the open carry law, which now says that anyone, as long as they are not prohibited from owning one, can open or concealed carry a pistol or long arm in public. So there's going to be a rise in gun violence because there's going to be a lot of people that are not trained, don't know when they legally can and cannot shoot. I had my CHL at one point, so I took the class. I know when I can and cannot shoot people. I know when I could and could not shoot a cop because, believe it or not, it is legal to shoot a cop if you have a CHL if you believe that they are using excessive force to try and arrest you. Nobody wants to tell you that, but it is legal to kill a cop in certain extenuating circumstances. Now, they'll throw everything at you. They'll make your life a living hell because that's what police do. But you do have a legal basis for shooting them if you believe that they are going to kill another black person trying to arrest them. It's called Will You Stand. Looks like an event for folks who wish to peacefully and patriotically oppose vaccine passports, lockdowns, and mask mandates. So, vaccine passports are misunderstood because those have already existed in public schools. Literally, the flu shot, they want you to get those to make sure that everyone in the school is safe. So vaccine passports is just a fear talking point with live music. Bro, the last time I went to a fucking right-wing event that had live music, it was just fucking YMCA with M-A-G-A, and I got bear-maced at that event, so I'm not exactly a fan of live right-wing music events. Lockdowns, we need another one, but that hasn't happened in a while, so I don't know why they're still talking about it. And mask mandates, like, literally, we would be out of this if people would just wear their mask for 2 fucking months. That's all we had to do almost 2 years ago now, is wear the mask for 2 months. And some people couldn't do it because my freedoms, I can't fucking breathe. Which means that they are significantly weaker than a piece of cotton. This piece of cotton, conservatives can't beat it. Number 6 top deadly masks. Conservatives hate number 6. President of Texas Proud Boys. Ooh, interesting. Called Will You Stand? Okay, that's interesting. I can talk to my people and see if they're interested in going, but I probably have to work tomorrow. I think my mom might be in town, so I might hang out with her. I really don't know what my plans are tomorrow, so we all know Abbott won't. Just let them drink the horse juice? We have been, and they've been overdosing. And bring my mom along? Ugh. My mom's not much of a protester. My mom is also mostly conservative. Not Proud Boys. President of Patriot Boys, Texas. Name is Rooster? Who the fuck names themselves Rooster? Is it because he's a big fucking cock? Is that it? Like, is that the code word there? Like, oh, I'm just a dick to everyone I meet. You know, dick is a cock, so call me Rooster. This man just wakes up every morning like, Trump-a-doodle-doo, Trump-a-doodle-doo. Is that it? Is that his whole thing? Fucking Proud Boys are fucking ridiculous. Like, I can understand wanting to have an undercover name if you really want to do, like, deep ops. Like, people just call me Flutter. It's my online handle. I don't really go by my first name when I'm live. Fucking, these people choose the strangest names, like Rooster, Enrique, Cocklover69. You know, it's just... sounds like a John Wayne reference to Rooster Cogburn, just another OCD overcompensation like waving 20 flags at once. Ooh, boy. I really don't know. You may come down to pull a Flutternater and live stream. Well, that would certainly save me the time. Are you sure they're not going to be... one got shot in the foot today. A Proud Boy got shot in the foot today in Washington? I mean, what time is the event supposed to be tomorrow? Maybe I missed it. The big guy, Tiny. Oh, that's what Woke was talking about right when I drove out here. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. See, I really thought they'd just metaphorically shoot themselves in the foot, but apparently they had other ideas. They're always going 110% for Trump. We'll literally shoot ourselves in the foot. They already caught the shooter? You know, tiny thoughts and tiny prayers. Tiny little pubic hairs. So, who was the shooter? Rip Tiny. Wait, no, he got shot in the foot. He's not dead. It's a tiny bullet for a tiny man who's named Tiny. Change his name to Tony. Protest at 10, rally at noon. Kind of a stupid to plan an event for conservatives on Sunday morning. Look, thinking is not always their strong suit, okay? Are you saying that Tiny Toes got shot in his tiny toes? Damn. Fucking, we just can't stop the jokes. You heard some chuds in Olympia, Washington chase some counter-protesters for blocks as they were trying to leave the area on a public bus. The counter-protester shot a chud who had to be hospitalized. That sounds like self-defense to me. Actually, no, that wouldn't be self-defense. If they shot while they were being chased, that would be self-defense. But if they're trying to board a bus to leave the area, at that point they are no longer a threat, and that's not self-defense. That's directly from a CHL handbook. That's unfortunate. I mean, I don't really know much about the situation right now. I'll have to read Woke. And honestly, I probably better get ready to leave here soon. He had to wait in ICU with no beds due to COVID. That's right. You couldn't wear a mask, and now you can't get your toes fixed. So they're going to get gangrenous, and you're going to lose your foot. If you were charging at you getting on a bus or not. So the people were in the bus when they got charged? Because that's totally different. I thought that the Proud Boys were trying to board a bus away from the counter-protester group. OMG, I love the stream. Keep up the good work. Thank you, cat lover. If I were here, I'd show you my cat, but I'm not at home, so I can't show you my cat. That's unfortunate, but I got a pig. I think I'll give you guys about another 5-8 minutes. This event has mostly calmed down. That way I can go home, get some food, do some drugs. Fucking English not so well my cat when I leave somewhere, and then I grab something to drink and I come back and it's not here anymore. That is sad. I wish cats would just stay. I wish cats could behave like dogs, honestly. Just let you pet them. Just imagine that. They're just always wanting to play, like, feed me. They were chasing the Antifa protesters to keep them a certain distance, which had a boatload of children at it. They chased them a bit too far, then got pretty aggressive, and the Antifa group scattered. Okay. I'm just gonna wait until I hear an official report, because I don't know. I can give you insight on what would constitute self-defense or not, but I'm in Texas. What am I going to do about an event that took place in fucking Portland? Like, I'm a streamer. Portland hates me. Like, Portland is so anti-streamer that they are shooting themselves in the foot, which was a great metaphor prior to today. Can you imagine the fucking shooter being an Antifa guy, though? For a moment was probably a fucking hero. Like, damn, you shot a Proud Boy in the foot, man. Good fucking work. I don't know why fucking Antifa is British in Portland. Like, Portland still has streamers, they're just not in Black Bloc anymore. They're not allowed to show up to the nighttime events. They can show up to these daytime events, but organized Antifa events, they don't allow streamers. How long have stream go on? This stream is pretty good, but quick question, I have 2 cats. I love people that cats love, and when sometimes when they scratch stuff, it hurts me. This stream has been going on for about 1 hour and 14 minutes. If you're asking how long I've been streaming, that's been 7 years. Mostly video games. I didn't really get into protesting until about 2 years ago. Stream is pretty good. It's mostly me just talking right now. Tomorrow, is there an event tomorrow? Shit, let me check the Discord and see what events I got going on tomorrow. That's September 9th. It doesn't look like I have anything going on tomorrow. The next event that we have going on is September 9th in Fort Worth. It's Prisoner Solidarity. That one's going to be a bust because it's by PSL. Most of their events are really small. I'll probably still show up if I have time. There's going to be women's marches nationwide soon to protest the abortion law. This one was pretty much it for today. Scheduled to work tomorrow, but priority 3, so if we get 3 shows, that'll be it. Doesn't look like we really have much tomorrow. So I may or may not go to this right-wing event. Probably not. Those sideburns are funny. Well, these are not sideburns, my friend. These are what we call mutton chops. Thigh ticklers, and your mother can tell you why. Do I have a Facebook page? Looks like I might have video captured the shooting. You're gonna upload to Facebook what you got. I do, well, I guess I technically do, but I haven't used it. Belushi chops rock, by the way, sir. The mutton chops are pretty awesome. You know what? Just because you complimented the mutton chops, I don't hate you. You know what? I think you're pretty all right. We may disagree politically, but I don't think you're a threat. Just gotta recognize that I'm not a threat either. Shit just happens to me. I just show up and document. Sometimes when no Gakko places random Ido. I don't know those words. Yo no sé. No habla español. No sprechen Sie Deutsch. What kind of a Texan am I if I don't speak Spanish on it? You're growing on me. I'm growing on you like a fine pair of mutton chops. Excelente. We could be friends, or acquaintances, maybe. We don't have to be enemies. Sorry, English not so well. Sometimes I forget English. It happens, cat lover. I'm not trying to be mean. The fact that you can speak English, a second language, is impressive. And anyone who shits on you for not having good English is an asshole, okay? So, the fact that you have taken the time to learn a second language, even rudimentarily, and speak it well enough that I can understand most of what you're saying, that's impressive. That's more effort than I put into learning a second language. I took French for like 2 years. J'étudie français pour 2 ans, mais je ne parle pas français bien. That's about the only sentence I can say. I studied French for 2 years, but I don't speak French well. That's it. That's all I got. You like that story? The story about us going to events together, fucking the police, disrupting government that doesn't work for us. Maybe we're friends in another life. You just get to slowly but surely stroke my chops and remind me of what a wonderful man I am. I look you deep in the eyes and validate your existence. Remind you that you are more than your conservative viewpoints. Not sure what's saying using big words, but thank you, my cat lover friend sees oceans really well. Well, I live in Dallas. There's not a lot of water nearby, but the next time I go to the beach, I will seize a little bit of the ocean for you. I will carpe diem that ocean. Not that story so much. Oh, well. What if we said no homo first? Like, no homo frock, but I want you to rub my mutton chops and feel what a real man feels like. That's right. We did say no homo, so there's nothing homoerotic about it. And anyone who finds homoeroticism in it is honestly just wrong. We can just be bros. That made you legitimately laugh. Well, good. I'm a stand-up comedian. That's what I do. Not really big in Dallas right now. I haven't really done anything since I moved here right before the pandemic. Actually, shit, I moved here in April of 2020? Yeah. And that was when Dallas was having lockdowns. And I got a job at, like, Amazon, so I was the only person allowed to go out. It's fucking weird. That was a time. But anyway, I have spent enough time here. The event is very offended by gay joke. My friend likes other sexes and don't enjoy when sometimes they show up and not going the right way when they do things people don't understand. Okay, well, I will apologize that I offended you. That is a cultural joke, I think, that may be lost in translation. In America, when people say no homo, it means that they are about to do something that is pretty gay, but they want people to understand that it's not gay. It's basically a way for men to actively and openly talk about their feelings without the threat of appearing feminine, which isn't necessarily wrong in any way, shape, or form, but America is pretty suppressed when it comes to actively allowing men to express themselves. And no homo is just sort of a blanket cover statement that some people will use as a crutch so that they can do things that don't understand English term for make fun of religion. Well, there's plenty, and usually you can just say, like, fuck religion. Toodles, Mutton Chops, I'll definitely come by and say, hey, if we're both at the event tomorrow, one streamer to another. Blasphemous. Blasphemy, that would be the word. That would be the word. Well, you have a fantastic evening, Frock. I probably won't see you tomorrow. I really don't feel like getting up at 8 and driving an hour out here for something that, honestly, if I'm going to be alone, I really don't want to be near a group that large. Especially since I know I wouldn't be undercover. So, you can stream the event, and if you're lucky, Woke might put you on their server, but in the meantime, take it easy. I am going to go ahead and end stream. It has been an hour and a half. This event is over. My next event, I think, is on September 9th. I will keep you guys updated on any further events that I'm going to. In the meantime, everybody have a fantastic evening. I love you. I need to give you your goodnight kisses. Before you go, Frock, just that's right. Just a little goodnight kiss from Flutter, you know, as a treat.